Hey everybody, Rod back with you again. I hope everybody's well. I'm sorry I haven't been doing very much in the line of videos lately, but just been tied up with things around here. Summertime, mowing lawns, yard maintenance, vehicle maintenance, whatnot, uh, this and that and other things. So you know how it goes. Some days you got spare time, and other times you just really don't have spare time at all. Sometimes you don't have enough time to blink. There's always something to do. So it's been like that. But I thought today, with the receipt of some new information that I got on one of my shotguns, I thought maybe I would share it and do an update video with you. One moment here. Bit of a dry day today. Bit of water. So, a while back I did a video on my JP Sauer shotgun that I picked up, the box lock. I've been looking for information on it, haven't found too much, so I decided to post some pictures on the Shotgun World forums in the US. I've been a member on there for quite a few years, and a lot of knowledgeable guys on there, and it's not just US guys, they're all over the world. So happens a German member and another member from Sweden seen my post, and they looked at the gun and they did some research on their end. They had maybe more resources for info, or like I put out in the post, if anybody has any information to what I may have here, because every time I go online and look it up, I could find some things that were common with other models, but I couldn't find this exact model. And something told me that maybe I had an oddball, or maybe it just wasn't common here and nobody had any references to it. But so I got an email from a gentleman, nice guy. He told me, he said, I was on Shotgun World, seen your post, I viewed your photos, and I've hopefully not offended you, but he said I relayed the pictures to a collector friend of mine in Sweden, and he's very fond of JP Sauer shotguns and drillings and rifles and whatnot, just the brand maker itself. So I didn't speak directly to the gentleman from Sweden, but what I did do is this gentleman from Germany was kind of corresponding between him and I and relaying information. So he had said, first he asked, he said, where did you find it? And I told him, I said I obtained it through a trade, and its origins before that I don't know. I said all I can tell you is that the guy I got it from said that he got it through a large buy from another person. I think it was an estate, and there was a few side-by-side shotguns and some rifles, and he had no interest in the shotguns at all. He's not a shotgunner, but he did restore military surplus guns. So we made a deal, him and I, for my Enfield. So he gave me this in partial trade with some money for my Enfield. So we were both happy with the deal, and I got this shotgun. Now, not knowing from the pictures he sent me what this was, I couldn't even make out the quality of the pictures. I just knew it looked, to me, at first I thought it was like, Germanic in nature or something, European style shotgun. I said, okay. I just wanted to be sure that it functioned. He said it does shoot. He said, I can tell you that much. And he said it's a solid shotgun. It's all there. There's no parts missing, he says. And he says you could probably clean it up and use it. So he said, I said, okay, I'll take it. So that's how I obtained it. So when I did my first search, the best that I could say or see was that this was what they pertain to as a Model 11. Now, in the Sauers, like the Models 11s and the 8s, they're very similar, but there are sub-grades and sub-models of that actual model. So you can get like a Model 8 field grade, you can get a Model 8 a trap grade, you can get a Model 8 like a duck gun type deal. And they all have different features. But this particular gun is the trap model. This gun is the JP Sauer Model 8 trap. And what makes this the trap gun, there are a few key features. The barrel length, number one, 29.5 inches, not standard. That's the length that they use for their trap guns. It also has a mark on the rib here of a gentleman with a walking stick into the rib here, and I'll take another photo of it there soon when I flip the camera around. It's also got a straight grip stock, and it's got the skeletonized butt plate. Also, it has the safety engraved in gold in German script. It's spelled S-I-C-H-E-R, Siche or Sitcher is the word for safety. So this gun was not made for the North American export. Most of the North American export guns, for the word, like for safety to be universal, will just have a letter S here. When you pull the auto safety down, you have a large letter S. This was a gun made for the German market, overseas or European market. So how this gun got here, we assume that it was taken here by an immigrant. When they immigrated to Canada, they took the gun with them. Overall, it's in excellent shape for its age. This was built in 1905. It's a very early pre-war Sauer. This has Krupp steel barrels, very high quality barrels. Now, the standard chamber lengths for these Sauers were 2.5 inch. The trap gun has 2 5/8 inch chambers, and they are so marked as 67 millimeters underneath the water table, underneath the flats. 65 millimeters would be 2.5. 67 millimeters is like 2 5/8, 2 9/16, something like that to that effect. But I'm using, and I've shot through it so far, these game bore loads, which are great. Pure gold, 1 ounce number 6 fiber wad loads, and they shot just fine. I also tried some of these 2.5 inch practical buckshot loads from Cellular Below or Bellot, and I just tried them on an old hood of a car standing up, and it put a pretty devastating pattern at a fair range. So, you know, I just wanted to make sure the gun functioned, no misfires, light strikes, or whatnot. Because if it did have that, I was going to send it to a friend of mine and have him take it apart and check all the springs and whatever could be replaced or made. I wanted it working right. But I got lucky. Everything inside is A1. The inside of this gun looks like it's brand smoking new. Like the coloring on all the pieces. I had it apart to clean it. There was like nothing to clean. It was like clean as a whip inside. So very well made shotgun and very tight. There's no play at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around here in a moment. I'm just going to grab you out of my holder. And pardon me, I'm going to flip you around. So flip you around. Here we go. So these are the rotating cock chamber indicators I was mentioning. When the gun is opened, they rotate to this position. When the gun's fired, they go flat. So you see here the old script, J.P. Sauer and Sons, Sewell. And I mean, this is not a plain gun. It's got lots of borderline engraving, lots of like ornate engraving here. It's been apart, yes, and the screw heads at maybe one point may have been somebody took an average Joe screwdriver with it, and they shouldn't have, but they did. I can't help that. And you can see here where the knuckles, the screw to hide the knuckle pin here is all timed. A lot of these old Sauers don't have the greener bolt. I was told that the Model 8 does. They got away from this afterwards. And there's the word in gold script. And the fit and finish is still good and solid in this old gun. And you can see here, it's got some engraving still there. The lever still sits to the right. You have to force it a bit, but that's as far as it goes. The trigger guard is fit really nice. There's the serial number that puts it right in 1905. It's in the 115,000 range. Checkering held out well. Checkering held out well over the years on the old gun. Not bad at all. Nice walnut. Still has a sling stud. Has the German silver vanity plate still in it. Recoil pad still fit to a T. The stock's not been sanded down. And there's that skeletonized butt pad, which is available on the trap and higher grades. This gun came in 5 levels of grading, from 1 to 5. 1 being lowest, 5 being highest. This is a number 3. So there are fancier ones of this, more available, but they're not common at all, according to my sources. And we have some more floral engraving here. Really nice. I mean, this thing is really worthy of a restoration, but you know what? To preserve its age and its, presence, I think it's fine the way it is. It works great. There's the mark I was showing you here. This was something that was on the higher grade Sauers. You look at a lot of the stuff you see now, you don't see this here, like from the after 1929. That's the little gentleman there with a walking stick. You can see him there. And there's where it's Special Gewehr Luftstahl Fried Krupp Essen. Pardon my pronunciation if I'm wrong. I'm not a German citizen, but I'm trying my best. And there's the maker's name, J.P. Sauer and Sons of Suhl, Germany. And let's be honest, guys, there are a few little nicks and blemishes and fading bluing and whatnot. Nice engraving here on the release. Checkering is worn on the grip where it was carried, of course, typical for a double. Few little marks and knickknacks here, nothing overly concerning. That's not a crack, that's just like a surface. Well, it's not a crack through, it's like a surface crack. If I take this off, there's no mark on either side. But overall, there's the other sling swivel. And the barrels are whatnot, decent shape. Bluing is okay. The rib is extremely solid. There is no delamination in the rib whatsoever. Barrels ring like church bells. And the bores have some pitting. But with Krupp steel barrels versus Damascus, that's not really a concern. So, all in all, I just wanted to share with you some update information on the Sauer and what it is, and what we finally found out that it is, thanks to a person from another country that's probably more familiar with these than myself. If you'll bear with me one moment, I will flip you back around here, and I'll flip. I'm going to put the camera back in the holder for a moment. Oops. Kind of hard to do this, but there we go. Okay. I'm going to put the camera back in the holder. I'm going to just take the gun apart. Then I'm going to take you back over here, and I'll just show you the under the fore end and some of the markings and whatnot. So I got a little cloth here. I just have some storage grease underneath. When I don't shoot them, I store grease in the knuckles and all that, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm going to put you back here, and here are some of the markings that were on it. Now, when I say grade 3, there is a number 3 right there by the serial number that indicates the grade. So there's the serial number.
matches the gun. Number 3, so grade 3, it's a 12 gauge, proofed as 13. So this has the old bore diameters, I believe, of 719 versus the newer proof laws after 1924 or 25, I think the guy told me, where the bores would standardize at 729. These are the older ones, so they're choked. This one's choke modified and just about improved modified, so it's, you know, fairly tightly choked, you know, or moderately choked, I should say. Again, the serial number right there. Some other markings that I'm unfamiliar with. And this here is where it was proofed with 2.2 grams of powder. In grains, that's equal to 34. And then 32 grams. I'm not sure if that's 30. I'm pretty sure that's the amount of shot. I think it was, the guy said it was proof for ounce and a quarter. And yeah, so lots of markings. Lots of markings. That's what a lot of these old shotguns. It's very interesting when you start digging into them and you start looking up history, markings, models, and whatnot. You just never know what you're going to find. But overall, you know, this gun stood the test of time fairly well. And I'm happy to have it. Happy to own it. And now I have a little more clarity and clarification on what I actually have, possibly. So, the gentleman is going to be doing some more information on some of the other marks up here, some more research, and he's going to get back to me. Some of the markings he wanted better pictures of, so I did send him some. And he's going to confer with somebody he knows there. And here's the underside, the forend I mentioned to you, where you can see that mark there. If you look through here, there's no mark through. Snap type lever. And everything is just original there. And pardon the grease, but there you see the serial number. And see if I can wipe that off here. And I had my stuff out, so don't mind the mess. Just doing a few odds and ends here. Wipe that off. And then you can see some of the marks. There's your knuckle, there's your cocking levers, there's your bite. And another proof mark there and a letter code. I think he said the M stood for production in October. I would have to ask him or check the email he sent me again and get back to you with that, but I think that's what he said it meant. So, I'm going to spin you back around. So, that's a little more information on the Sauer. Pardon me here, put you back. Okay, there we go. Okay. There, I got my little phone gadget holding you up. So it's a really handy thing to have, so we're going to put her back together. And as you can see there, the lock for the greener loop, or greener bolt. And there's no slack here. It's a good tight gun. And we snap the forend in place. Like that, and there we have it. So we are assuming this is a Model 8 J.P. Sauer and Sons, made 1905, trap model, grade 3, skeletonized butt plate, engraved, the round cock chamber indicators,
gold inlaid safety, greener crossbolt, little gentleman in the rib, and some other not so common features like 29.5-inch barrels and 2 5/8-inch chambers versus 2.5 on a standard model and 28-inch barrels on a standard model. So that's just a little bit more information on the JP Sauer. If anybody wants to message with any other information they may have, I'd appreciate it. But I'm just relaying some information that was made aware to me in the last little while, so I thought maybe you'd like to have an update video. It was suggested by the Gun Geek himself to do one, so I figured I would do it. So I will bid you a good day and enjoy yourselves and enjoy the summer weather if you have the chance to, and we'll see you all in the next one. Ciao for now.